Hey, what's up everybody? This is David Drinks coming to you from the Med Gym, and I'm back with you today for another video on building your ideal workout routine. Now in the last video that I filmed, which I'll link to in the I talked to you a little bit about the ideal workout routine and how we take some principles and a basic underlying approach to build ideal workout routines for our clients every day. And I wanted to give you a little bit of a background on the approach that we take. And in this week's video, I wanted to give you a little more of a deep dive into the nitty-gritty, the behind the curtains of what components of a workout you need to make sure that you're getting all of your bases covered for an ideal workout routine. So I want to dive a little bit deeper today, and let's talk about what you need to build your ideal workout routine. So when it comes to building your ideal workout routine, and we want to get into a little bit of each component within that workout, the first thing we have to talk about is a full and complete warm-up. So a warm-up is something that I think unfortunately gets skipped for a lot of people or gets glossed over in their workouts. And I think a lot of people just go to the gym and they don't really have a big plan. And if you don't have a plan going in, first of all, you're not really going to be working towards any goal specifically. So we want to always have a plan when we're going to the gym. And the first thing when you build your workout, you want to make sure that you build into it a quality warm-up. And by warm-up, in general, you want to just get the blood flow, you want to get the heart rate up a little bit, you want to increase body temperature, and that's all fine and good, and that's kind of where most people stop with a warm-up. But I like to take it one step further and make sure that we're focusing in the warm-up on some corrective exercises to make sure that if someone has a mobility restriction, that we're working on that. If someone has a specific movement challenge, that we're really focusing on that. And so I like to build in a lot into my warm-ups, some general heart rate increase, some body temperature increase. Maybe that is a walk on the treadmill, some biking for a few minutes just to get everything warmed up. And then I like to work into some self-myofascial release or foam rolling. And that really helps to prepare the body for movement, whether we're going to work on mobility or we're going to work on movement patterns. It helps to generally loosen up the muscles, tone down the nervous system, reduce tension throughout the body, and it helps us to get ready then to move better when we go into our mobility drills. So I typically like to have clients foam roll or do some kind of self-massage, and then we're going to go from that into some specific warm-ups, and we're going to focus on the parts of the body that need more mobility, the parts of the body that maybe need more stability and motor control, and we're going to tailor our warm-up to the person by taking what we saw in their functional movement screen or in the assessment that we did with them, and we're going to write into their warm-up the specific mobility drills or stability correctives that we think are going to put them in the best position to move better. So that way when we go into the strength training aspect of the workout and the cardio workout, we're making sure that they are moving well first, and then we can move more. So the warm-up is the first step, and we're going to go from the warm-up to the next step, and that is neuromuscular training. So once we get through the warm-up and we get a complete warm-up in, the next step in a routine should really be some kind of neuromuscular or nervous system training. Now this is a big piece that I think is a huge component that should be in a lot of workout routines that is often missing when you just go into the gym and you walk a bit on the treadmill and you hit the exercise machines, you do some strength training, and you maybe do some flexibility training. But what gets missed in there is the fact that all of your muscular system is driven by your nervous system. And so when you are training, one of the things we like to think about is not just training the muscles, but training the nervous system that tells those muscles what to do. And so nervous system training and neuromuscular training takes on a few different forms. For a lot of people, that's the form of balance and agility exercises. And so balance exercises involve motor control, so you're telling your body to stabilize and how to maintain balance. They also incorporate what we call proprioception, and that's really your ability to get feedback through the nervous system to your brain and to turn that into a motor response. And so when we train balance exercises, we train not only static but dynamic balance exercises, we're training the nervous system to have better proprioception and better motor control over the body so we can balance and move more efficiently. And for other folks, nervous system training may take the form of more like speed or power training. And a lot of speed and power training, especially when we're working with athletes, the key to working on speed and power training isn't just strength, but it's also training the nervous system to fire quickly and efficiently. So right after the warm-up, we like to get into some of this balance training, agility training, maybe some power and plyometric training, because that is the prime time where you're warmed up, you're ready to move, but you're not fatigued from the workout, so we can start working on the nervous system first. So once we get through the warm-up, we get through the nervous system training in our workout. Now we are primed and ready to go right into what most people like to jump into first, is the strength training portion of the workout. So you want to make sure that before you get to strength training, which is a very important part of the workout, but first, before you jump into that you have a good quality warm-up to help your movement quality and help you generally prepare for the workout, that you have some kind of nervous system training while you're still fresh and you're ready to then move into from that to your strength training workout. And like I mentioned in my last video where I was talking about the principles of exercise program design, we really focus on functional strength training. And so when we talk about functional strength training, we're really focused on not just what muscles we want to hit and what muscles we want to strength train. Yes, we're going to hit all the muscles in the body, and we're going to do, for most people, a full body workout each time they're in. But we really want to focus on functional movements, and that's by training different movement patterns rather than training muscles. So when we approach strength training design, we tend to focus on the key movement patterns that humans should be able to do and to have strength in. And those are squatting, hip hinging or deadlifting, stepping or lunging, pushing and pulling for the upper body, and then we also lump into that carrying exercises and various core training exercises. So we like to make sure that we have an even mix of all those functional movement patterns within our workouts. And so that way, when we're strength training, we're not just focused on getting this muscle strong or getting that muscle strong, but we're focused on getting the whole body strong and doing it in a functional manner that's actually going to carry over. So when you go up and down stairs in real life, when you go to squat down and pick something up or deadlift something off the ground in regular life, you're well prepared and you're not going to injure yourself because you didn't just train your muscles, you trained your movement patterns and you got them strong. After we get through the strength training portion of the workout, we're not quite done yet. And for most people, we really want to go from that into a more of a cardio training aspect of the workout. Now, a lot of times I like to build in some aspect of cardio training into the strength training workout, whether we're doing supersets or circuits within the workout, so that we're getting the heart rate up and we're maintaining that throughout the workout while we're strength training. So there is definitely some cardio aspect to the strength training workout for most people. However, we really want to make sure that we're not skimping on a cardio focused routine, and that can either be right at the end of the workout, you're maybe a little bit fatigued, but cardio training usually doesn't require as much fine motor control, so you don't necessarily need to worry about injuring yourself as much. So we can do it at the end of the workout, and it helps to build some endurance and some resiliency once we do it at the end of the workout after all the other stuff as well. So I like to throw in some cardio training to make sure that we're getting either a low intensity, longer duration cardio workout, or maybe sometimes a higher intensity, low duration cardio workout after strength training. And for some people that works great. For others, it might just be the best fit to do your cardio training on the off days from when you're doing your strength training. Either one's a good fit, but you want to make sure that you're getting some form of cardio training, at least at a moderate intensity, which is really just like a walking pace for most people, at 4 to 5 days per week at minimum. And so you want to make sure you're getting that cardio training in addition to your strength training. So a lot of times when I am working with a new client and I'm overviewing their routine, I want to make sure that we are focused on the things we're doing in the gym, but then I'm also asking them about what they're going to do outside of the gym on a regular, daily, habitual basis to make sure that we get their cardio training in. So if you're doing 2 really strong strength training workouts or maybe 3 strength training workouts per week, but you're not doing any other cardio exercise outside of that, you're probably not getting enough training for the heart, the arteries, the blood vessels within the body, as well as the lungs. So we want to make sure we're focused on those internal aspects of fitness and training the body, as well as the external, the muscles that you can see, the movements that you can see. So once we get through the warm-up, nervous system training, strength training, we want to make sure that we're focused on cardio training and doing that whether it's longer, less intensity, longer duration, or higher intensity, lower duration, and getting that cardio in after the strength training as well as on off days. And lastly, the final component, which I think a lot of people also tend to skip, is some kind of a cool down or recovery portion to their workout. Now, this is, full disclosure, something that I don't always fit into my own workout routine, but I think it's something that's very important that you want to be mindful of. And so having a recovery or a cool down period after the workout used to kind of be used as a lay down and stretch kind of time within the workout. And for some people that might work great if they have a lot of stiffness and tightness and they need to do a little mobility work at the end of the workout. But for most people, I tend to keep the mobility training as part of their warm-up. And I use the recovery portion of the workout to just do some diaphragmatic breathing, laying on the back, laying on the mat, something that is real low level, but it's focused on getting a full inhale, a full exhale, and mainly we're focused on not just recovering the muscles, but really recovering the nervous system. And when you go through a workout, it's a sympathetic nervous system response, meaning that you're getting the heart rate up, you're getting everything involved with that fight or flight nervous system kind of engaged. And so we want to reverse that and give your body that signal to tone down and go back into the parasympathetic mode, which is that rest and digest mode of your nervous system. And so supine breathing, laying on your back, doing some deep breathing at the end of a workout, even if it's just 10 to 15 deep breaths, can help get that heart rate back down and signal your body that it's time to rest and recover instead of being toned up for the workout. And this is particularly important, I think, for a lot of people in this culture when we tend to go from one thing right into the next, and we're kind of on all day, myself included in that. We want to make sure that we're spending some time signaling our body to recover and to tone down that nervous system. So we're not just in sympathetic go, go, go mode all day. We got our workout in, we worked, we got the heart rate up, we worked into that sympathetic mode, and now we're going back down to rest and recovery. So get a little bit of breathing in after the workout, some stretching if you feel like you need that, but make sure you don't skip out on recovery. So there you have it, the components of a complete workout. This is really how we approach exercise program design at the Med Gym. For each client, as I mentioned in the last video I filmed, it's going to be an individualized approach. So we definitely have to take into account what someone's goals are, as well as what they're willing to do. If I have a client who is not willing to do a ton of cardio training, I'm gonna make sure that we at least get as much in as we can in the gym so that we're not missing out totally. But in an ideal world, if you're getting all those components that I just mentioned into your workout routine, you're gonna be set up for success. You're not gonna be missing much from your fitness routine. So make sure you keep an eye on getting a warm-up, some nervous system work, whether that's balance and agility training or speed and power training. You're getting strength training for all the functional movement patterns I talked about. You're getting cardio training and you're getting some recovery into your workouts, and you're gonna be set up for workout success.